Today we will be doing another one on XLM, but this time primarily concentrating on what they are doing with stable coins and some CBDC projects as well that you might not have heard about. So let's begin with the CEO, Danelle Dixon, talking about some really interesting things on the worldwide scale.
Okay, so Danelle, what fintech segment has the biggest potential over the next 5 years aside from yours?
DAOs.
What is the biggest pain point in your everyday financial life that you would like to see resolved?
Fees.
Are we at the beginning, middle, or end of the fintech wave?
Beginning.
Do you have a metaverse strategy?
No.
Have EU and US regulators kept pace with all the changes that we've been seeing in the financial industry?
Yes.
How would you describe NFTs? A scam, B, an interesting concept, or C, part of the future that we don't want to miss out on?
C.
Have you ever invested in crypto yourself?
Yes.
Are physical points of sales part of the future of finance?
Yes.
Out of 10, which of the following is the most likely to happen in the next 10 years? That one of the neobanks will be as profitable as a top-tier legacy bank.
6.
CBDCs become a mainstream reality in the US and EU, or EU.
And I say 7.
You'll be able to open a crypto account at a top-tier bank.
10.
SWIFT will still be the main tool for transferring money around the world.
3.
A new card or non-card based rival will emerge to challenge Visa, MasterCard and the like.
7.
And finally, that we will see a top-tier bank or insurer bought by a fintech.
Absolutely. 10.
Okay, so with XLM, it's not really as public about its work with the more financial institution end of things as its cousin XRP, but they are still heavily involved in that, especially because they have been so connected to Ripple and XRP because of who actually created those, and they all come out of the PayPal mafia, where they are really concentrating on the payments and the financial technology and financial services applications for crypto that are much more cost effective than our current ways to actually transfer value from one individual to another, or from one financial institution to another at this point in time. But that is expected to see a lot of change, as she actually talked about in that clip right there. So here is one I found that was pretty interesting, and it pairs up with a lot of that. So we've got Leslie Chavkin of the SDF is involved with the Stablecoin. So the Advisory Board. And here is that article from the SDF site. It is from November 27th, 2023. So if you poke around in here, there's not huge information in here, but if you actually go and look at the advisory board site here, they are trying to set the expectations for what these kinds of coins are and how they are developed and applied as well. So that really got me to think about CBDCs as well, and a couple of them that I haven't talked about a whole lot, even though I have been wanting to for probably a month now. They have been involved with a CBDC in Ukraine, and I don't think this one will be too surprising because I talk about this from time to time, just to remind everybody that XLM is heavily connected into the financial institution end of things as well. So they were in a pilot with Ukraine to develop a CBDC, and this article might not be the best one, but the financial aid to Ukraine that was actually run on the XLM network to send USDC to Ukraine by way of Vibrant and MoneyGram looks a lot like what a CBDC platform would look like. And it is interesting how that just happened to take place in Ukraine as well. So as far as the XLM CBDC in Argentina, I was able to find this from the IMF, and it talks about CBDCs in Latin America and the Caribbean. So if you just search this for, okay, so it just explains what it is, blah, blah, blah. But this part of it is really interesting right here. So it says that users can digitize, issue, and redeem tokens, creating a token representing any underlying asset, i.e. currency or gold. And if you just continue to search for, can't say that word, that brings up Anclap, which is an XLM based digital payment network in Latin America issuing stablecoins. It was created in 2017, and it was aiming to operate in Argentina, Peru, Colombia, Chile, Mexico, and Brazil. They launched a digital peso in January of 2020, which that might be Argentina's, I'm not too sure, and a digital sol, which is probably Peru, was issued in September of 2021. They planned to launch in Colombia and Chile in October and November of 2021, but delayed their introductions. There seems to have been some problems in Mexico as well. But that is really interesting. There's some talk about Venezuela in here. Let's see if it calls out XLM. I actually didn't search for that. But I thought that that was a really interesting one because we are directly linking XLM to the IMF and a number of countries that have worked with XLM for at a pilot or a more advanced rollout of a pilot of a CBDC, and this is from February of 2023. So if you go and look up Anclap, this is from April 10th of 2023, and two XLM ecosystem companies, Finclusive and Anclap, are shaking up the world of remittances, and that is what XLM has been concentrating on for a long time, but that very easily transfers over into the more financial institution end of things for a CBDC as well. So here we talk about a pilot program with Colombia. The average cost of sending remittances what is about 5.36% of the amount sent, And if you did that on XLM, it is about half of that for this one particular corridor, and could be further reduced as transaction volumes increase. So we just have more and more evidence of XLM actually working with more financial institutions than a lot of people are probably aware of. And that just makes a case that XLM can be very well adopted on the institutional end of things as well, even though its cousin XRP currently has most of the attention. So here is the ANCLAP website, creating a digital ecosystem for Latin America. They are tokens for each country, backed 1-to-1 with the respective local currency. So that is Argentina, I think, Brazil, Mexico, and I don't know these ones off the top of my head, but they're probably those from this PDF down here, which was these countries right here, right? So we just have more and more proof that things are actually happening now. This reminds me of Franklin Templeton, which actually does use XLM to tokenize one of their funds right now, and they are very big proponents of XLM, and that is yet another example of financial institution adoption of XLM.